Okay, here I am. I'm back. We are gonna talk about some knitting today. I haven't filmed in a while because I was working on a very big duplicate stitch project that took about a month to complete, and all my other knits took a backseat to that one. And I finished it. So now I can share it. I didn't want to share it till it was done. So let's see. Let's start with what I'm wearing. Okay. This is my finished Genie top by Melina Jahola. I am very, very happy with it. I knit it out of Drops Paris in just the like white color. Originally, I thought I might dye over it, but I really like how this looks on my skin tone and pretty happy with it overall. I made a small modification because I cast on for a size small when I had intended to cast on for a medium, and I didn't want to rip it out, so I just did increases up both sides to add some waist shaping, and then once I split for these panels, I had medium-sized stitch counts, and that worked really well. And I think if I reknit this, I would do that again. I'm not sure if I put it in my Ravelry notes for this yet, or if I've even posted this yet, but I will do that. I don't think I have anything else to say about it. It's a great pattern. I've knit a few Melina Jahola patterns, and I'm a really big fan of those. I like her. I like the stuff that she has. Yeah, I also knit like her like roughly balaclava. I've knit 2 of those, and I like that as well. So, my other finished object, it doesn't have buttons yet, but I'm gonna show you anyway. This is a Zakkuri cardigan that I knit. I think I cast it on in January, and then I finished it in April, and then I wore it through the summer. And my plan all along was to duplicate stitch on it, but it got warm and I didn't really want to do it. I like wanted to work on summer stuff, so I did. And now that it's cold again, I jumped back into this project, and it took about a month to do all the duplicate stitch work that I wanted to do on it. It still needs buttons, and it does need a block so that the duplicate stitch relaxes. But here is what I have made. I'm so happy with it. Do you ever just have an idea of something in your brain and then you execute it perfectly? So stoked. Fate is drawing back its leg to kick me. Those are lyrics to the song Fate Is by Wednesday, which is my favorite band, and I wanted to make some bootleg merch, so I did. And yeah, I knit this out of Berroco Ultra Alpaca, which is, I think, 50 alpaca, 50 wool. It's soft. The alpaca adds a nice bit of drape and sheen to it. And then the words are Sandnes Garn Alpaca. I believe the color is hot pink, and the green color is blue spruce mix in the Berroco. And this is a DK weight yarn, which I doubled up. I have read that when you're doing duplicate stitch, it's better to use a yarn that is thicker than the weight of the yarn that you use for the stockinette, for the main garment. But an even better thing to do is to use a smaller gauge and double it so it becomes a larger gauge, but it lays a little flatter to effectively cover the stitch below a little better, which I think worked really well. There's not many spots where any of the green pokes through. This chart I just did on Stitch Fiddle. I made all the lettering myself. Originally, Stitch Fiddle lets you add like text, like you can type, but I couldn't find a font that was tall enough to fit how I wanted it to fit. So I just drew it myself. I think it looks really good. It's It's very centered. Looks really good when I'm wearing it. And then I do need to get buttons. I don't have any. I think I want to do hot pink buttons, so I'll have to take this to the shop soon and do some color matching in person to pick them out. And then it does need a little block. The duplicate stitch has definitely created like a little bit of warping of the fabric, and I think that blocking will just help all of that relax. And then I will live in it from now until it is above 70 degrees. I do not see myself taking this off for anything. I am so, so happy with it. I love a perfect execution. I love the payoff of a big color work project, be it stranded or intarsia or duplicate stitch or anything. It just feels so good when you take something like that and just, it's so great. Feeling very big brained right now. Yeah, that is my Zakkuri cardigan, my Wednesday bootleg merch Zakkuri cardigan. The pattern is Noriko Ichikawa. I don't know if I said that. Really great designer. This pattern was super easy to follow. I would knit this again. I love the detail, the thick ribbing. It's like 3x1 rib, and then the rolled hem on the bottom, on the body. Actually, let's see if I can show you. Yeah, on the body, and then on the sleeve as well. And the neckline also has that thick ribbing. It's wonderful. Really, really happy with it. That is it for my finished objects. Let's go into some whips now. I have been experiencing a lot of failure, so this next one isn't a failure. This next one's working out fine. I do have something I need to frog completely, which is pretty devastating. Okay, so let's start with my Aura top. I started this after I last filmed, so I don't think you've seen it yet. I don't think I've talked about it. And I don't know how I'm going to show it to you because it is just a mass of mohair fluff. I am modifying the Aura top to have stripes. So here's the bottom edge. I'm holding it up upside down for you. You can see I have worked the back panel and I am now working on the front panel. Was a weird discrepancy with stitch counts that I didn't realize until I started the front panel, but I think it doesn't matter. I'm not frogging this. I'm just gonna fudge it and hope for the best. If anything, I think the side stitches are like off a little bit, but it won't be noticeable when wearing it. Will be a little bit oversized, and the fabric is so drapey and stretchy, and like it's open work mohair. I don't see it being noticeable at all. In order to not have a million ends to weave in, especially because it's kind of difficult to weave in ends on open work mohair, I am just carrying the yarn up the side of the garment on the wrong side. These stripes are pretty thick for that, but I'm just being really careful and it's not bunching up the fabric at all. And then it looks like this on the outside, so it's there, barely noticeable. You can't really see that at all. So really happy with this. The sleeves are knit bottom up and then attached. So I'm hoping I'll be finishing this soon. I don't think the sleeves will take very long. I'll also be modifying the sleeves to be knit in the round because for some reason the pattern has you knitting them flat, but the body's in the round, so I don't see why the sleeves can't also be knit in the round. Yeah, that is my Aura top so far. I don't wear a ton of mohair next to skin, but this feels pretty good. I'm excited about this. I'm knitting it out of some mohair scraps that I have, the purple lavendery color is from Emma's Yarns. It is the Marvelous Mohair. I think the colorway is from Dusk Till Dawn, something dusky. I don't remember. The black is just black yarn from Berroco. It's their Ariel mohair. And then the gray is a hand-dyed indie dyer mohair. I forget the name of the indie dyer. I bought the yarn here in Michigan, but I think the indie dyer is based in Idaho or Iowa. It's an I state. I remember that. And I remember that the colorway for the gray is called Combat Boots. And that is my stripy Aura top. I'm doing 4 rounds in the purple, 2 in gray, 2 in black, and 2 in gray. I like that it almost makes it look like it's glowing. Okay, so that is that. I don't know how to segue. Let's talk about my failure. Last time I showed you my look at my holes, and unfortunately, I have to frog the entire thing. Somehow, here's what it looks like right now. You can see it's no longer on the needles, and I've already started unraveling one of the sleeves. For some reason, there's an extra lace repeat on one arm, and then one too few on the other, and then the same on the front and the back. I have, for the life of me, not been able to figure out what I did. Since it's a 4-stitch lace repeat, in my mind, as long as the lace repeat makes sense, I was doing everything correctly. And I went back and I looked at all the parts in the pattern that I had highlighted for my size, and it's all correctly marked for my size. I didn't mess up that way. It must have been when I cast on because it's wrong all the way to the top. I have no idea how I didn't notice that. I knit all the way, the entire yoke. I knit both sleeves and finished them, and I picked up and I knit the neckband, and I somehow just fudged it so badly. So I will have to tear this all out. I don't think I'll be restarting it anytime soon, but I do want this top eventually. It's knit out of Berroco Gaia in the shade Forest. This is a very Berroco heavy episode. I don't only knit with Berroco. That's just a lot of the shops here have it. I do like it. Yeah, it's a really nice color. There's like oranges and blues and greens in it. Nice pastel colors. From far away, it's kind of more of a like grayish color, but I really like it. I'll probably cast it on again in the spring when it warms up. I just am not, it's gotten cold finally, and I don't really want to knit any more summer tops this year. I think it's time to just cast on some sweaters and get cozy. So that's this one. And the last whip that I have to show you is a pair of socks that I showed last time. I have finished this one. I think I had finished this one in my last video as well. And then I'm almost done with the other one. It's kind of wrinkled, but almost done with this. I am knitting these with Ritual Dyes Maiden in the color The World and the Sun. That was part of their tarot subscription. I got these. And then the heel is the Fibre Co Amble in the shade Windermere. One of my favorite sock yarns. And I just have a little bit left over of that, so I'm using it for the heel. I'm doing a little switcheroo, so the heels and toes are reversed on these, which I really like doing. And yeah, these are really turning out really cute. I wasn't sure about the yellow, but it works really well, I think. And hopefully I'll be done with this in the next few days and I can cast on another sock. This is also another failure kind of. I mean, I fixed it, but I had gotten all the way to halfway through the heel and then realized that my stitch count was wrong and I had accidentally increased a stitch up here, and I'm such a perfectionist that I just ripped the entire thing out up to here and then knit the leg again, which only took a few days, and now I'm already farther than I was before, but it was kind of annoying. I just had a lot of failure, a lot of mistakes. Yeah. When I'm done with these, I will be casting on another pair of those Argyle socks that I showed in my last video. Those have been mailed to the recipient, my friend who lives in New York, and they fit, which is amazing. All over colorwork socks that fit the recipient. That isn't me. They couldn't try them on. Another win in my book. And then I want to knit a pair for myself because they're so cute. So I will be using this same Ritual Dyes Maiden in the Sun, which is this really gorgeous, it like almost glows. It's like a gold color. And then this green yarn that I bought when I was in Chicago 2 summers ago. This is FUZZ family from Kraeo, which is Kraeo. They're based in Illinois. This is like local indie dyed yarn. They're baby feet sock yarn in the colorway Shady. So I have Shady, I have the Sun. I think that it's gonna look really good in that Argyle pattern. And I think that is it. I have a shorter video for you today. I never know, I don't know how people talk for like 40 or 50 minutes. I don't have that much to say. If I have missed anything, feel free to ask in the comments. Am I like not touching on everything I should be touching on? I feel like I'm still getting used to the whole podcast thing, and also just being comfortable in front of a camera and being able to gather my words on the spot. Anyway, that's all I have for you. Sorry if this one's kind of rambly, and I will hopefully see you soon. Bye.